Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Redmen TV. That was a Meresyside derby for the ages. And I say the ages because it could be ages before we see fucking Everton playing in the Premier League again. I fucking hope so as well because they are a shower of shite. Yes, Liverpool beat them 2-0 in the end, and it was Lord Divock to the rescue. It really was. But you know what time it is. You know what show it is. It is your match feelings and thoughts. So come on, let's dive straight into it. Let's not even waste any time. Members chat over on the YouTube. Got Andy app kicking us off. Thank you, Andy, for watching. I know you was a part of the watch along as well, so thank you for all of your comments. Win, tick. Pressure on City, tick. Everton going down, tick. Cannot wait to watch those cheating scum go down. As for us, onwards and upwards, up the Reds. Yeah, I think you've summed that up as well, really well there. I think that's it. Just got to keep applying the pressure to City. Brian Glow says, I'm convinced that Origi gets 10 plus to all attributes after 80 minutes. Glad to see the bitters lose after all the time wasting and diving. Utter domination, even if the first half didn't look like it. You never walk alone. Yeah, we was dominant. We was all over them. They was able to string any passes together that first half, and we just wasn't able to find a real clinical edge. Tony Blakeway says, the part of me that said I'll miss the derby games has just been told to jog on firmly in that I want them to go down camp now after those shenanigans. Yeah, mate, I was the same. Like, you forget until you play them how much you fucking hate them, really. Like, well, let's just have it straight, because when we ain't playing them in the shit, you kind of feel sorry for them. It's almost like, they're your cousin from down the road. That's like always in, like, you know, just not the nicest of clothes. And he's like, that's our kid still. But no, they are shit. When they come up and then when they come back to yours and they break all your toys as a kid, you remember why you send them home and he can't come for sleepovers. That is Everton. They are fucking awful. Ben Pryor, I absolutely love Lord Divock. What a hero. Frank Lampard, on the other hand, is the football terrorist, and I'm sure he will be on the CIA's hit list after that. Up the Reds. Yeah, FPL skills. What a result from the lads. Proper derby that. Both for Richarlison as well as Everton are massive ... However, we already knew that. Yeah. Some of the antics from their players today was just disgraceful. Like, embarrassingly disgraceful, though. Like, I feel like Oscars and Academy Awards could have been rolled out for some of them today for their performances. But no man of the matches, put it that way. Arman says, City played Leeds in between Real Madrid matches. I hope Leeds put up a serious fight, because after Burnley win, they should be looking for a result as well, and hopefully at least get a draw. We can all hope, can't we? The man, the myth, the legend, Lord Divock. You never walk alone, says Nathan. Samuel Charles says, Divock Origi is Everton's kryptonite. Everyone's Everton's kryptonite, mate. They haven't even got a strength at the moment. But yeah, Divock, it just hits differently, doesn't he? Patrick, can we give Divock a 2-game-a-season contract so he can play every derby? It's not a bad shout that, you know, pay as you play. And Rob Davey says, looking to watch next season, Everton versus Preston. That will be the Blue Shites derby next season. Ha 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 ha. Yes, it really will. If all things go to plan. If we jump over to the guys and girls on Twitter that are joining us for this one as well, we've got Adam LFC 1982. He's a regular on these shows, so thank you, Adam. He says, I don't even care about those 2 goals. That Ali Shitterhousery was the best thing I've ever witnessed. Yeah, that was a lovely moment. That I think the ball just comes in to him from a piss poor shot from Richarlison. He just takes it. He takes it firmly into his midriff and then just decides, you know what? I'm just going to fall and lie down on the floor for about 5 seconds, see how you like it. How'd you like that? And I just thought that was brilliant. And again, just shows he didn't have a lot to do. He's like, I've got a long memory. You 2 can play that game. And I think he timed it absolutely brilliantly. Harper Ward says, Everton really went through all that shithousery just to get owned by Divock Origi yet again. Laughing emojis, yeah. I mean, why as an Evertonian would you put yourself through it? Like, just, there are other sports out there. There was boxing on last night. Some people enjoy the rugby, the cricket. Like, let's face it, football is not your sport. You don't want to support a better team, i.e. Liverpool. Go and just enjoy a different sport altogether. The F1, don't like it, but you may as well just go and enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? There's fucking plenty of things out there. Go and support archery or something, because you guys cannot hit the target to save your life. Patrick says, They're going to be playing like a shit Atletico Madrid against Preston this time next year, and I can't wait for it. Yeah, a couple of people saying that's going to be the big derby for them in the Championship next year. Damien Tarossi says, Richarlison has spent 90 minutes showing us his CV for the Championship. He's going to have a lovely time down there. Yeah, I think a couple of their players are going to have to bulk up a little bit, because I don't watch a great deal of Championship football. I'll never, I'd say that I do, and I don't. But what I know of the Championship, it's a lot more physical, and you're not getting away with half the shit you get away with in the Prem. So, yeah, they're going to have to bulk up. Gillin, G-Robo_84 says, the Origi effect. Yeah, it was in full effect today as well. He came on, he only had about half an hour to play. Half an hour to do what he does, and he absolutely nailed it. He had a key involvement in that first goal. I think in a tight space in the box, he proved why he is a centre-forward, the ability to be able to hold up the ball and lay it off. And then, of course, he comes up trumps with that finish at the end as well, right in front of Pickford. Pickford and his little arms are diving towards it, and he just gets a good head on it. And it was just beautiful, beautiful to see. Milesy20, Clopsy20 on Twitter says, give Origi the effing statue right now. If that's the last we see from him, all the best to him. He's going to be missed. Great performance from Robbo as well, getting the first goal and stopping the Ev from pulling one back. We move on to the next game. A little bit of fist pumps there. Yep, got to agree with you. I think Robbo had a really good second half. And I think, the fact that he got that goal and you could see how much it meant to him, his celebration kind of said it all. United States of Scouse at the Scouse States Red says, Robbo and Origi, it just had to be. Sweet, sweet, poetic justice. Go give it biggin in the Championship, you blue shites. Bye-bye. Ta-da. Yeah, all of that. Yeah. Like I said before, that they're sponsored by Hummel. They are a fitting sponsor for the team in the Championship. They are not ready. They are no longer suitable. They're no longer fit for purpose to sit at the top table. They need to go down and take a good hard look at themselves. James Worthy on Twitter says, love this club. The city is red. The Championship is blue. It might not even be blue by this point next season, because I can't see them bouncing back up. So they might just it might just be a stale colour for a while. Boosted Kieran Brown says, we've just sent Everton down. Yes, I hope so. R. James, Rich RJ says, Origi, Diaz and Ali with some love heart eyes emoji. Yeah, and that trio there gives you life, doesn't it? And I like this one from Steve Culkin. He says, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Mm-hmm. Fully agree with you there. And I mentioned this in the stream with Steve, but Gary Robson says it as well. He sums it up perfectly. In life, there's only really 3 guarantees: taxes, death, and Divock Origi. He's spot on there. He really is. He is inevitable. And Andy Beasley's just come through with one that has been like, Liverpool have 79 points since the start of this season. Everton have 79 since the 4th game of last season. Wow. That is pretty damn poor. We've got a couple of guys over in the Discord. The Discord is absolutely popping off at the moment. Yes, football without Origi is nothing, but we already knew that. Divock Origi, there's the big shout. Jiff says, you can't convince me otherwise that Divock wasn't sent to Liverpool with a single task of ending Everton Football Club. It's the Divock's prophecy. Yeah, and he's fulfilled it. He really has. That game made me go from I'd rather Everton stay up to I hope Everton go down, fall to League Two, and then turn their new stadium into a shopping centre. Oh, that is savage. That's cold. But yeah, a nice shopping centre on the docks. I'll go for that. Just redevelop it. It's not too late. Reconsider your options. Scott, he says, always like to beat the dross of the league. On to the next one. Sean Pat, with all the criticism about Trent defensive-wise from myself being guilty, he has been outstanding going back for the last 2 months. Yeah, I think Trent has really upped his game defensively, and I think it also shows when you can pick up a yellow card but still manage to keep the composure, still manage to keep your focus and not dive in recklessly again and make the mistake. Plus, I thought the yellow card was a really good tactical yellow card to pick up. That Gordon he was clear down that wing at the time. So yeah, got to be impressed. Don't think his deliveries were great, but you've got to come up with one of the two. I think you can't have a bad performance on both sides of the pitch. And I think we're very used to Trent having a great performance offensively. But defensively, when he steps up to the task, I think that's always really important as well, especially when we're under a little bit of pressure from a pacey winger. Josh Hall, first half we dropped to Everton's level. Ooh, brutal. I don't think we dropped to their level because they couldn't pass the ball, but I get the sentiment. However, he says the second half was better, but again, Klopp with his game-changing subs again. Good sides like us always find a way to win no matter how the match is played out. We keep fighting up the Reds. Yes. Paul Stockwell says another substitution masterclass by Klopp, bringing on the 4 forward gave us an extra option moving forward. The quad is still on and all hail our Lord Divock. Yeah. Abe says Divock Origi. That is all. Scott T comes back and says Frank is a Tory. Tom P, Everton showed actual fight and turned up for the game. Pumped we've broken them down and they came away from with another Derby memory. Jiff says he doesn't need a statue in 50 years. There will be an echo of the word div that stays around Liverpool. No one knows why and no one knows who he is, but the Divock myth will exist until the end of time. John O'Connor also says we all predicted a bigger win before kickoff, but we have done the job and have the extra psychological boost of both big game Div scoring against the Evan, Allison taking the piss out of Tiny Arms. Yeah, Sean Patter also says fair play to every single Redmen on the pitch for holding back and not swatting Richarlison right in the horrible little head. Yeah, and calling Scott O'Hare, sorry, says calling someone a div is no longer an insult. You are goated. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're a div. I'm going to start. You're a div. Yeah, for the goats in this world. Wow, YouTube is on fire as well. Thank you very much, guys. You're absolutely killing it today. And you know what? The contributions from the watch along over the last couple of weeks have been absolutely phenomenal. Just to see how engaged you guys are as a community, it keeps me and Steve going, it keeps us on our toes. You guys know ball, you know what you're talking about. You make some fantastic calls, you come out with some sketchy shouts every now and again, which is always good because that's quite good for the humour factor. But it's been a pleasure, and we're getting close to the end of the season. This has been the first season that Redmen has had me do the watch-alongs for the home games, and me personally, I've just had the pleasure of being able to kind of just sit down, build a bit of a community with you guys and really just get engaged with the chat and the feedback that you give. So thank you very much for making this season as memorable as it has been, and let's just hope the Reds can seal the deal now and do the business their end as well. But let's jump straight back into your comments. So where was we on the YouTube? Yeah, so Everton will go down. I hate more and more. Yes, that's from Nandan. Ped suicidal on TT, Everton TV, blaming everyone. Dickie O'Red says, Everton to stink up the championship next season. Unlucky. What he says, get in there, the Redmen. Nandan says, Richarlison is a knobhead, 100. Rob Davey says, no wonder the shite kept lying down when we was running them ragged. Diaz taking the piss with his first touch and then the assist for Lord Divock. Yeah. I thought there was a chance earlier in the game. I think it might have been for Divock, where I think he might have been able to pull off an overhead and he goes for the header instead. And it was a very difficult header to execute. But Diaz didn't think twice. He just went for it. And I'm not sure if it was a cross or what, but he got it back across the face of goal. And who's there, jolly on the spot? No one other than the Lord himself, the Lord Saviour, Divock Origi. And Nandan, I had a little soft spot for Everton to stay up, but after this, it's definitely go down. Yeah, I don't think they've done themselves any favours in the Liverpool half of the city with that performance today. I think there would have still been a percentage of Liverpool fans that would have had some sympathy. Have got family, have got friends, loved ones, whatever it might be, that are Everton fans. For their sake, I don't want them to go down. Yeah, I think that's done. They're out. They're down. Fuck them off. After this, they're gone. Yeah. Nathan says, get out, Everton, get out. You gotta love it. Steve Elements wants even more Redmen. Goodness, come on, we've got plenty of Redmen stuff over on Redmen Plus as well. Yeah, absolutely. Always worth shouting out the Redmen Plus streaming service that us guys have got there with tons and tons and tons of content for you to fill your boots with as well. And don't forget, after this show, we've still got the post-match content pumping out as well. We've got Steve, he'll be going over to the board to give out some player ratings. I think it'll be interesting to see who gets man of the match. I think there's probably 2 players that I'm torn between at the moment. I might shout mine in a little bit as well when he's doing that show, see how I feel. But yeah, stick around. You know the drill on that one as well. Give him a hand, help him out, let him know your thoughts in the comments. He'll read some of those out. And then obviously let us know who your man of the match was for that game. Who else have we got? Yeah, Rob Davies. It's now to laugh even harder that when the Blue Shite played Chelsea. Yeah. He comes back, Nathan says, the shopping centre is pending. It's incoming. Jungle Lion Jimmy with the super chat. Thank you very much for that as well. Thank you for tuning in. He says this is preparation for Villarreal. Yeah, I can imagine Villarreal. Maybe not as physical and aggressive in the way that they play, but as stubborn, as resilient and as compact. I can imagine them trying to simulate or emulate a little bit of that style. I don't think they're going to be very expansive. I think they know what they're going to do really well and then try and catch us on the counter-attack. So I'm fully expecting that level of performance from them, but I still think we're going to have too much for them. Gaza Calavera says, shopping centre, no, let's change it to students. Ooh! There's fucking tons of students accommodation, mate. Yeah, no, I could do with the swanky new little shopping centre, do you know what I mean? Just get something down by the docks, a few nice restaurants on a couple of the tiers there, just overlooking the view. I think that would be perfect, but I'm not torn. Let us know. Shopping centre, students accommodation. Should get a little petition going, really, because there's no point they ever have it in that stadium now, is there? Or we should just turn it into our training ground. I know we've got a nice new one, the AXA, but hey, it doesn't hurt to have two, does it? We've got that Token X, can't all women use it? Yeah, the women's team, they could do with a nice stadium. Not a bad shout. Matt Stevens, welcome as a first team member. JPLFC199, welcome to the first team. Thank you for joining us. And he's asking, how do I get on the Discord for the chat? Yeah, you've got to be in the Legends chat, I think, as a club legend or club captain. One of those two out of that package, that'll get you the access into the Discord chat. So have a look at your subscription that you've got. Club Legend, yeah, have a look at the subscription that you've got, and if you think it's worth it, you might be best upgrading. Then you get into the chat, then you get all the extra perks, get the options to win the raffles as well that get given out monthly. So it is worth it in all honesty. Matt Stevens says, this showed us why we are both fighting on opposite ends of the table. Everton knew it was possibly the end. Yeah. Rob Davies, Baz and Ped going to Blackpool for a day out at the fair and watch the game too. Yeah, they could do that. And Al Disley is welcome as the first team member. Guys, thank you very much. The first half was tough to watch, but that second half, it hit differently. It hit all of the derby vibes that we wanted. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. As I said, still got post-match content to come, so stick around because we are going to be basking in this derby victory for a few more hours to come. Speak to you soon. Peace.
Thank you so much for checking the video out. If you want more from us, then do consider joining Redmen Plus, which funds everything we do here for free on YouTube. But not just that, we're going to give you a whole bunch of incredible Liverpool content in podcast and in video form, extra Redmen TV shows and documentaries, features and interviews with Liverpool legends past and present. Get closer to the city, to the football club that we all love on redmenplus.com. Click the button, head over there now.